Get my light situation. Boom. Oh, is that too bright? Here we go. What's up, everybody? It is nice to be back for a normal live stream. Last week, I had family in. Didn't seem fair for me to tell people who spend money to fly in to see me and the kids. Why don't you guys just sit there silently and shut up while I talk to people on the internet about fights? So, no live stream last week. I did do sort of a re-airing. The software we use allows us to stream pre-recorded stuff live. So I did use a re-airing. Some people liked it. Some people were like furious, which I don't understand. And then this Monday, I did the same thing. This Monday, I had to record at like 6 o'clock in the morning because I had to fly to California for work. And Jordan, aren't you in Vegas? Aren't you and Jacob in Vegas supposed to be having fun? You guys must be having an absolute blast if you're here in the live stream. Women. Unbelievable. What's up, Mr. Savage? What's up, Josh Bearded Bino? What's up, everybody? I'm actually about to place a bet while we're sitting here. I just want to see what the odds are. I'm really feeling Stephanie Egger right now. She was tremendous in the weigh-ins. I did put her in my DraftKings lineup. It's a tougher fight, but I just want to check the latest odds, see if it's worth my time. So I did add, since I filmed my betting breakdown, I added a Jamie Malarkey bet. I did plus 130. I put a full unit on that. I may end up regretting that one because that is a tough fight for him. And I don't know how many times he's going to sneak in as an underdog and get it done, but I did do that. Let's see, Smith or Holland in DK. It's tricky because I don't think Holland wins, and I don't think Devontae Smith wins. So I think Jamie Malarkey beats Devontae Smith. But if you have to pick between the two of them, man, if Holland wins, it'll be by a knockout. If Devontae Smith wins, it'll probably be by a knockout as well. Let's put it this way. I don't think either one of those guys win, but I realize I'm not right 100% of the time. I would say between the two of them, Devontae Smith's probably a better play because Kevin Holland showed the entire world how to beat him twice. Hey, guys, if you want to beat me, this is how. And you have to assume that Dawkins is smart enough to just follow the game plan that he has given the world multiple times. So I get it. Holland has a ton of power, a ton of skill. He's actually good on the ground, but that dude cannot wrestle to save his life. I know he's wrestling, but I have wrestled my entire life. Nobody went from 0 to good in 6 weeks or even 6 months. Nobody. It's not possible, especially not that age against grown men in a fist fight. It's just not possible. So personally, I would do Devontae Smith over Kevin Holland, but you see on the screen, I got a bet on Jamie Malarkey. I mean, Jacob, you're in Las Vegas. You're supposed to be drinking and hanging out and enjoying your time, and instead you're in this live stream. You can't even film with us, but you somehow find time to get in the live stream. Get your priorities straight. Make no sense. Kids these days, it's unbelievable. I think if Serkinov gets, so I picked Serkinov, but you'll notice there is no bet on Serkinov. I'm not that, we talk about it all the time, right? I break down fights. I tell you what fighter A does, what fighter B does. I put them together and I make a pick. But the difference between a pick and what I'm actually willing to do with my money can be a wide gap sometimes. So I think Misha Serkinov wins. But Jotko is legit dangerous on his feet. He's got power. He's got incredible speed. Super athletic. But there is a big gap on the ground. So I think if Serkinov gets him to the ground, that was my pick, then he's just going to be a big issue for Jotko. He should submit him, but you guys, you watch this every week. I brag about being up units, but that's because I pick my spots. I take my time. I don't force anything. I personally don't like to go as far as to pick the fighter and the way they win. So to say Serkinov by sub, you probably get phenomenal odds. It is an outcome that could happen. I personally wouldn't do it, but there's a lot of people here that are much riskier than I am that do just as well. What's up, Bruce? MN, Serkinov gets KO'd, Malarkey by KO, or fight doesn't go the distance. Yeah, I just did Malarkey money line because, listen, Jamie Malarkey could just touch, go, right? He could stay on the outside, just touch him up, not overly commit to anything, implement a wrestling game plan, but not get a submission. So, Jamie Malarkey's not a striker. Everybody's thinking he's a striker because he just knocked out, what the hell's his name? Oh, man, I'm forgetting who he knocked out, but Cam Worthy. But he's not a striker. He joined that gym because he was completely outstruck in his fight against Alex Volkanovski. Then he joined that gym to say, help me out. He's still a grappler by heart. Still grappling is his primary offense, and he's adding striking as he goes. So he's proven he has power. He's proven he's capable, but I don't think he's just a straight up striker at this point in his career. And yeah, where was your question, Josh? I saw it. Josh, you said you had Aspen in a parlay. What happens to the bet? Depends on the sports book you use. Most sports books will remove that portion of the parlay and then just change the odds. Some will just void the whole thing. Most remove that portion. Jacob said his lock of the week is Jamie Malarkey, which is now a problem for me because I picked Jamie Malarkey, and we know that Jacob is the mush. So that's not great. You'll take the stab. You see it at 333. So you're talking about Serkinov by submission. Bruce, I just mentioned it. It's he said it's Jamie Malarkey. Christian, this is a tough card, man. I feel like every single underdog is live on this card. This is one of the hardest cards we've done in a while, for real. I like Jamie Malarkey is an underdog. Listen, you see my bet here for Betch Correia. I don't know if she's going to win her fight. That's a tough fight. But I do think she can steal a round. So I did that. I mean, Johnny Walker, I think he wins. I don't have a money line bet on him. Honestly, I probably should, but there's too much power there. It scares me a little bit. So I don't have a money line bet on Johnny Walker, but I think he wins as well. Let me, well, first let's see if Dan wants to join the live stream. Want to join the live stream since he's texting me about other crap. And I'm not ignoring you. I am looking at the odds for Egger just to see if it's worth my time. I'm feeling minus 148. Nah, too conservative. I mean, that's probably a good spot, honestly, but no thanks. Any chance of Betch Correia winning? It's hard, right? Because she's just a legitimate veteran. If you look at her losses, they're just some of the top women in that division, but she's not great at anything. She doesn't have incredible power. She's not great at anything. She's pretty good everywhere. Her opponent has some legitimate skills. She's younger, not worn out. Betch, this is her quote unquote retirement fight. She's had about 4 of these, but this is her retirement fight. So I would rather, instead of picking her and betting on her at an underdog, what are the odds? Instead of betting on her as an underdog at, did I miss it? Come on. I mean, plus 450. Shit. Those are good. So instead of betting on her as an underdog at plus 450, I'd rather just bet on her at plus 190 to win one single round. All she has to do is win a round and not get stopped, which she probably won't get stopped. So I did that. If you think she'll win, chase the 450. But you guys, I talk about it all the time. I'm very conservative. I'd rather chase plus 190. I'd rather chase a safer plus 190 than really running after a plus 450. All right. The Aspen Ladd thing. So obviously she missed weight. It sucks. It probably did me a few favors though, because I was, I was really big on her and I was probably going to bet on her, put her in my lineup, all of that. Fight against Scrap probably helped me out. She missed weight and this is what went down. So she said she got her period 2 days ago and she missed the weight. I've coached wrestling. I've wrestled my whole life, and then I coached for a very long time. While I was coaching, and actually I managed professional fighters. I managed a female fighter who had the exact same issues with a weight cut. She was smaller though and didn't cut that much weight, so she was able to make it. But I'll never forget when I was coaching wrestling, our 103 pounder. So this is before they changed the weight classes. Our 103 pounder was a girl. This is in high school. She got her period that day at our gym in our high school. She stood on the scale and she weighed like 103 and a half or 104 and a half, something like that, because you get a pound allowance. So we said, okay, just chew some Skittles and spit on the bus. And you chew Skittles or you spit in a bottle. And over the course of the 40-minute bus ride, you'll spit out a half pound or close enough. So she did that the whole bus ride. We get there, weighs in. It's the exact same scale. We brought the scale. It was our scale. And she gained a pound and a half. Gained a pound and a half over the course of like 2 hours. It was absurd. And she got her period. And I'm not a doctor, so I don't know how or why or what happens with all that water weight, but she gained that weight. So when Aspen Ladd said that, she put it in like an Instagram post saying, I got my period 2 days ago, and I'm struggling with this weight cut. I've seen it firsthand. It's ridiculous. The other thing she said, which is important to note, is the commission. Everybody keeps talking about she was shaking on the scale. The commission didn't scrap that fight. Her shaking on the scale had nothing to do with the fight being scrapped. Macy Chasson did not accept the fight. So basically, when you miss weight, your opponent has to accept a new bout. We literally get a new bout agreement with a new weight class on it. It becomes a catch weight fight. Or even if you don't go to those extremes, because some commissions don't make you have to rewrite it, even if you don't go to the extreme of making it a new catch weight fight, all you have to do, you have to literally agree. Like she missed weight. You have to agree to fight her at a heavier weight. And she said that Macy didn't take the fight. Macy did not accept it. So a bunch of you have messaged me privately saying, oh, did you see Aspen was shaking on the scale and they canceled the fight? True. But the commission didn't say she's shaking on the scale. She cut too much weight, cancel the fight. That is not what happened. Her opponent said, I'm not fighting her because she missed weight. So, which is honestly an interesting situation because that goes from, let me answer this in 1 second. That goes from Macy not accepting the fight, goes from the UFC being pissed at Aspen for missing weight to the UFC being pissed at Macy for letting the fight fall apart over a pound and a half or 2 pounds or whatever it was. Because all she had to do was say, yeah, I'll fight her. Give me 30%, which is what everybody does. And she didn't, which was really interesting. So relaxing, what's a unit? I actually debated making a video just about what a unit is. So a unit is just an increment of measurement. So let's say, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. So I'm betting 6.5 units. Let's say a unit is $10. So that means I have $65 that I am willing to bet with. So 1 unit is just how I've spread that money out. So 2 units on one fight, a half a unit on another. For some people, a unit is $100. So let's say, you have a lot of money and you want to bet $500 on the night. So you'll take that 500, you'll put 100 here, you'll put 50 here, you'll put 100 here until you get through 500, and that's a unit. So we talk in units just to give you a general idea of the comfort level with a bet. So you see Betchkahea plus 3.5 points, half a unit. I'm not as confident in that one as I am with, Price Oliveira over 1.5 rounds. So that's why we talk in units. I don't want to put my dollar amount because let's say I put $100 per unit. Some people are going to be like, oh my God, that's so much money. Other people are going to be like, what a loser. You're on here. You're only betting $100 per fight. So any betting thing you watch will typically be in units to keep it sort of level and logical so you can gauge the comfort level and people don't have to disclose how much money they're betting or not. You are welcome. You know what's funny? So Josh, I didn't get to watch that fight. This was a stressful week for me, traveling like crazy for work. Dan travels for work, nowhere to be found on the show. I travel for work and I figure it out. So anyway, I didn't get to watch the fight last night. I live in Texas. I went to Napa for work. I got back and, whatever. It is what it is. But I did have a feeling going into the week, like, I'm like, I don't think Lima's going to win this fight. Like, Douglas Lima's coming off that bad loss, and we knew that he was going to lose that fight. We put Dan came on here with a couple bets against him just for the wrestling. And if you look at since, Venom lost that fight, they've been on different trajectories. So I know it was a controversial loss. A lot of people think Michael Venom didn't even win last night. But, I think the problem is Douglas Lima's I think he plateaued and he's starting to work his way down. He's older. He's been in some wars. And Michael Venom Page is sort of in the other direction. So I didn't see the fight. Maybe I'll get back to it, but I didn't get to watch it last night. Yeah, and that's what I've been reading. I didn't even see highlights, but everything I've read was saying that it was sort of a gift decision. And King Rom saying a unit is usually 10% of your total bankroll allotted for gambling, but it could be however much you're comfortable with. Yeah. So when we started doing the betting, so we just started as doing picks with DraftKings. Then Monkey Knife Fight reached out to us saying, we love what you guys are doing. You guys, as far as your insight is concerned, we feel like you're the best we've seen. Let's see if we can do something together. So then we added in the Monkey Knife Fight. So it went from just Fight Picks and DraftKings to Fight Picks, DraftKings, and Monkey Knife Fight. And then Dan, who has always bet a lot of money on fights, said, let's add betting too. So when we first started doing the betting, we were like, okay, or Dan, it was his idea, saying only let's do 5 units. We each only have 5 units to spend, and those will be our bets. And that sort of evolved because certain cards, and I'll be honest, this card, I'm forcing a lot of this. I only had like 2 bets going into yesterday, and then I placed a bunch of these. And if I didn't have this channel and didn't film these videos, I don't know if I would have placed a lot of these. So, but these are my bets. This is my money. I've seen other betting breakdowns where people just go through ideas. Oh, you could put a unit on this, or, well, that could be a good spot. This is what I did with my money. If I lose, I suffer. If I win, I get the benefits. It's not just generic content with random thoughts. So we started with a 5-unit thing, and most people think about, that are strict with units. It's typically 5. So let me walk through my DraftKings lineup. I'm not allowed to tell you everybody or my exact lineup because we literally got banned from DraftKings for doing that. I will talk about DraftKings and we'll hit on some Monkey Knife Fight. What are your guys' favorite Monkey Knife Fight lines? This was a harder week. And honestly, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. So I'm just going to look at my DraftKings on this screen. I cannot show you my lineup, but I'll talk through some of the people I put in there. So if you watched my breakdown or any of the individual ones, you know which who I picked and where I picked them, right? So I had Johnny Walker in the main event. Jamie Malarkey, you see on the screen, so you can put that together. Joe Selecki, you see him on the screen. Then I did do Stephanie Egger. I added her in. I had her like $8,300 left or something like that. So I went to Stephanie Egger. There were some other choices I could have made there. Let's see. Stephanie Egger, $8,200. Let me remove her. Let's see what we have to spend. So I could have done Nico. And I could have done Nico or Oliveira. The problem is it's impossible to pick that fight. So I'm trying to go 6-0 here. So I'm not going to just grab a fight that I'm not 100% sure who's going to win, right? Then I did grab Egger. I could have gone the other side of that with Shanna Young, but I don't think Shanna Young wins that. You could do Gordon over Selecki. So Gordon $8,000, and that is a tough fight, but I think Selecki wins. I mentioned Oliveira, and I could go Chris Daukaus. I do like Chris Daukaus. I told you I think Chris Daukaus wins, But the reason I went with Egger instead of Chris Daukaus is I'm almost positive Egger wins, where Chris Daukaus could just get touched up and knocked out. I don't see Egger getting touched up and knocked out. And even if she loses, she should put up some good points. She's got good wrestling, good volume, charges forward. So even if she loses, she could put up 30, 40 points, where if Daukaus loses, I keep saying Chris, if Kyle Daukaus loses, he might put up 2.5 points. So Ryan, you said, how do I think Selecki wins? So Selecki, he's a very good, clean boxer, and he's got nasty grappling. We know that, right? We've seen his grappling. His opponent is a good wrestler. Not very good striker, but a good wrestler. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic, because I think his opponent is going to lose. Sorry, my screen glitched out. I think his opponent is going to lose some of the striking exchanges, and then he either is going to go to his boxing, which is his, his go-to. He's either going to go to his wrestling, and that's exactly where Joe Selecki wants to be, or he's going to continue to box because he doesn't want to be on the ground with Joe Selecki, and he'll lose those exchanges. So, if we look at an MMA fight, there's striking, there's wrestling, there's grappling. I think Joe Selecki is better at the striking and the grappling, and then he's better at the wrestling. It's certainly possible that Jared Gordon is going to take Joe Selecki down, elbows in, hit him in the mouth, not get submitted, and just win like that. That is a possibility, but I like Joe Selecki to either pull off a slick submission or just beat him up on his feet. And honestly, he could shoot his own takedowns as well. So that's how I see that going. Bruce Bobtrotter, bro, if you lose main event bet, you got to get Santos Thor hammer on your face or forearm down to chin. Cool. Okay. So are you betting the other side? What are you going to get tattooed? I see. Thanks. How about O'Neal or Alexander Hernandez? More DK points. Alexander Hernandez should blow through his opponent. He should blow right through him, take his head off. They're at different levels. Alex Hernandez, he's got losses, but look who he loses to, and then look who he beats, right? He beats the crap out of anybody that's not on his level. So that should happen here. It's a short notice opponent, not as good as the original opponent he was training for. So Alex should win by stoppage and score some real points. But Casey O'Neal, Antonina Shevchenko is similar to Kevin Holland, where she's nasty on her feet, has no wrestling. And Casey O'Neal has proven she's got good wrestling, good takedowns, very scrappy. She probably will not be as good of a technical striker, but I think there's going to be a bunch of takedowns, and those are 5 points each. So, I think they're both good plays in DraftKings. It's just a matter of how much you want to spend, because Casey O'Neal's like 8,900, and Casey O'Neal's 9,000, and Alex Hernandez is 94. So it's a $400 difference. So I think they're both good plays. So I mentioned this earlier. I think Misha's got big, heavy hands on his feet. Very good on the ground. I think, I think that the issue is, can he get it to the ground? Jotko's got super fast hands, nice, clean striking. So can Serkinov get it to the ground? That's the big question. So I think Serkinov wins, but if you notice, there's no bet, and I don't have him in my DraftKings lineup. But I do think he wins. Maybe I'll do inside the distance decision, no action, but he does get stopped as well. So that's that's also not a great bet. What are you doing? Are you trolling? I don't understand. How much money have you won, lost betting so far, bro? I bet if you just put that money in S&P 5, this isn't to pay my mortgage. This is to have fun, to enjoy fights, make a couple bucks here and there. This isn't, I have a real job with real money that we do real things with. You're talking about tattooing my face, all this other random nonsense. I can't tell if you're trolling or just hanging out. Hard read. So DraftKings lineup wise, I went with O'Neal and Hernandez. I was able to squeeze them both in there because I like Johnny Walker. I like Jamie Malarkey. I like Joe Selecki, who are all pretty affordable. Tell you what, go back every single video, see what I put on the screen, and do the math. Assume a unit's $100. Do the math. You tell me what I did or didn't do. Simple. You think Perello? Oh, I absolutely think Gaetano Perello has a chance. Absolutely. Dude, he's basically, I don't know if he's actually a world champion, but he is a legit world level striker. And his opponent is tough. His opponent has some good wins. His opponent has more MMA experience. And the only real path to beat Gaetano is to take him to the ground. That's the only path. You are not going to win a striking exchange. And you can take him down. We've seen him get taken down. The problem is you can't go by the Ricky Simon fight or Simone, which there's no E, but you can't go by the Ricky Simone fight because Ricky Simone does that to almost everybody. I think Gaetano has a legitimate chance. He is one that I struggled with. Do I place a bet? Do I not? I ultimately didn't because I don't like to force things. I did force some stuff here, but I was like, all right, I'm on this ridiculous winning streak right now. You guys watch every week, or hopefully you do. I'm up anywhere from 1 to 3 units every single week for the last like 6 months or something. So Gaetano was one of those spots where I was like, man, I think he's super live. He's a nasty kickboxer. His opponent can wrestle, but doesn't always. And his opponent is happy to exchange and might just get sucked into one of those fights. So I ultimately didn't bet on Gaetano. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but your question is, do you think Gaetano Perillo has a chance? And the answer is yes, he absolutely does. All right, Jamwin Gonks. No shot, I got that right. So, Bet Caja plus 3.5 points. First of all, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 3 different betting partners. One of them is Bet Online. Bet Online, if you click our link, they'll give you a 100% instant deposit match. But they have the best prop bets for UFC, for MMA, period, end of story. This is one of those prop bets. What this means is I am buying 3.5 points on the judge's scorecard. So if you do the math, all Bet Caja has to do is win one single round, and I win my bet. So if it is a 29-28 fight, and Bet Caja is on the losing end of it, I still win my bet. I still double my money. So I love those bets because I don't think Betch is going to win this fight. I also don't think there's a stoppage. And I think Betch can win a single round, right? Whether that's just earn the actual win, go out there, take a round, or if that's go out there, make it a little dirty on her feet, and then her opponent's going to shoot takedowns and not get them because Bet Caja has phenomenal takedown defense, and the judges will sort of score it in her favor. And we've seen that in the past. So that's what that bet means. I am literally buying 3.5 points on the judge's scorecard. So if she wins one single round, I win my bet. I get plus 190 odds instead of like plus 450 if I bet on her straight up. But obviously, if you bet on her straight up, she's got to win the fight. In this, she doesn't have to win the fight. Just has to win a single round. So hopefully that answers your question. wewantpicks.com/bets. Jump into a promo. If you bet UFC and only UFC and MMA, use the Bet Online link because they have by far the best prop bets. If you bet all sports and you like to parlay things together, like, take the Cowboys, which is never a good idea, and, Jamie Malarkey, and want to put that weird parlay together, use our other one, Bet US. They allow you to parlay anything. And yep, exactly. No bets from Jacob. Jacob is in Vegas right now, hanging out in Vegas on vacation. So no bets from him. His lock of the week, and this is his lock of the week is Jamie Malarkey. I also have Jamie Malarkey winning. The fact that he made it his lock is a little concerning for me, honestly. I'm not going to lie. That's not a bad bet. And I thought about doing Perillo inside the distance, decision, no action, which means if he gets a stoppage like this one, you get paid. If he loses the decision, you get a refund. The problem is he could get stopped. So that's why I didn't touch any of that. Listen, I'll tell you this. So Jacob's like a skinny little beta boy. And that's the end of that sentence. Next sentence, he is sneaky good at random stuff. Like he has that like sneaky nerd athleticism. So like if we sometimes on Saturdays we'll go drinking and play wiffle ball. Me, Jacob, my wife's cousin who played Division I baseball at Oklahoma. Sometimes my brother-in-law and other people will go play wiffle ball. And Jacob's like good. Jacob's the kind of guy, he's good at everything. Like he's really good at bags, good at frisbee, good at wiffle. He's not great at anything. He's good at golf. By no means is he like a physical physically imposing at all, but he's got good hand-eye coordination and he's sneaky good at some stuff. So a blind fighter, not one that weighs more than 160 pounds. Yeah, Perillo in tournaments is probably a good play because he's cheap and he will be lowly owned. I almost put him in my DraftKings lineup, but ultimately I just, wasn't that confident. And guys, I'll be hanging out here probably until the fight starts. So if there is a last-minute drop, let me know. Let the chat know so we could all not screw ourselves as we have done in the past. Yeah, I mean, Devonta Smith, why is my daughter screaming? Devonta Smith, he is big. He does have power. Hold on one second. I'm going to smack this kid. All right. Screaming and yelling that her door was open. Like she's not capable of closing a door. Anyway. Devonta Smith is big. He does have power. He's got good striking. I personally think Jamie Mullarkey wins. I'm just looking at my notes real quick. So when I do the show, obviously you can tell I'm looking at notes, but I have a ton of notes. Notes on each fighter, notes on thoughts, bets, stuff like that. Not everything gets said, so I'm just seeing if I missed something. Yeah, I mean, nothing in here that would make me think Devonta Smith might KO. He has legit power, but he's a little, I don't want to say gun shy, but he picks his shots. So he's not going to come in there and overwhelm a probably very prepared Mullarkey who can win two ways as far as I see it. Mullarkey could come in there, touch and go, or go back to his grappling roots, take him down and work from there. Let's see what we got here. Should we pull up some monkey knife fight? Let's pull up some monkey knife fight, see what we got going on. I've got $40 left. And I've talked to, you guys know what I do with monkey knife fight. I basically have $100 every week. I do 10 fights or 10 lines per week. Usually 9, actually, because I put $20 on Knockout Kings. Let's take a look at slates. By the time you get to Saturday, finding a line, like a straight up strike line that you like, is not an easy thing to do. Ryan Durkin, who'd you rather have in your lineup on DraftKings, Mullarkey or Johnny Walker? Mullarkey or Johnny Walker Serkinov, pick 2. Oof, man. Between those, Johnny Walker. It depends how risky you want to be. I think I picked all 3 of them to win. I think Mullarkey will probably win a touch go, maybe get some takedowns. Serkinov, if he wins, it will be by stoppage. So if you want to be risky, go Johnny Walker and Serkinov. If you want to be a little more conservative, go Johnny Walker and Mullarkey. But I like Johnny Walker because I think he's going to overwhelm Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos has been gun shy ever since he's come back. He almost took Glover's head off his body, so he's super dangerous, but he's been gun shy. All right, monkey knife fight. Let's just take a look. We'll poke around. you can see I got $39 left. So I basically play with 100. I deposited 100 many months ago. And then at the end of the week, if I've got like more than 150, I'll withdraw the 50, keep 100, go from there. 2 weeks ago, I lost some money for the first time in a very long time. Last week, I won a little bit, and let's crawl back. All right. We'll take a look at some of these lines. We'll look at them very quickly to see if there's one that I like. But the reality is it is Saturday. The money has moved the hell out of these lines. There's probably not one. Put my fan on. There's probably not one that I'm going to like. But let's take a look anyway. We're hanging out together. Kyle Dawkins and Kevin Holland. 92 and 78. I don't love it. I don't like it enough to put money on it. I'm just going to do it this quick unless you guys want to see one specifically. Anybody have questions about other fights, DraftKings, whatever you want, let me know. Breeden and Hernandez, 57 and 39. This is a decent line. This is where if you think Alex Hernandez is going to murder Mike Breeden, short notice replacement, then under. Come out there, blast him to pieces, take him down, elbow in the face, knock him on his feet, whatever. You know, it's a pretty low strike line, but if you think it's a murder, then yes. If you think it's 3 rounds and they kind of go back and forth and make something happen, then more and more. This is a line that I could see making some money on. Some chat. 6 for 6 a couple weeks ago on Monkey Knife Fight, playing fantasy points, won 250. Wow. Good for you. You know what? I actually don't do fantasy points enough. I should, especially when you get to this point and the lines are tough. Here, let's do that right now for fantasy points. First question is going to be like, hey, what are the points? Well, this is how it works, guys. Significant strikes, a little more than half a point. Knockdown, 12. Takedown, 6. Takedowns defended, 3. Submission attempt, 5. And then there's your bonus points for winning in a certain round. This is the FanDuel scoring system, if you're familiar with that. So looking at that, 100 points to 22. This is basically saying if he wins in the first round, you're going to blow past the 100. Even if he wins in the second round, you should blow past the 100. A decision is only 20. Ooh, this is going to be more. 22 points. Is Mike Breeden? He's not going to get a takedown. Will he defend one? He might not get 22. We're going to do the less. Let's try it, guys. Let's do fantasy points. 10 to win 25. It's funny. So a lot of you guys complained, especially last week, these lines are impossible, and they were tough lines, but there are ways to find ones that you like. Go to the slates, or I always forget, but fantasy points as well. Let's catch up on some chat. Ace of Spade. How you doing, Angelo? Well, 2 questions. First, where's Dan and Jacob, and will Joe give us the projections? Yeah, I don't know where Joe is. If he's here, if he hops in, sure. Dan... So Jacob's on vacation. He's in Las Vegas right now. He's out. He's on vacation. You follow him on Twitter. He's posting all sorts of stupid crap. Dan, he just wasn't here this week because he was traveling for work. He was here last week, or was it the week before? Dan got like a massive promotion at work and literally has lived on an airplane for the last couple of weeks. That should be calming down for him in the next month or two. So Dan will be back. Nick is the big question mark. I talk to Nick every week. I'm Nick's manager, and I talk to him all the time. And Nick is always, I got to get back to it. But if you remember, he was doing this every week with us. Then he left to fight in Bellator. Then he had a Tommy Hilfiger ad. He had to do that whole shooting and all that stuff. Then his movie came out, and if you haven't seen it, Notorious Nick, awesome movie. You can buy it at Walmart. Actually, there's a copy behind me. Here, let's grab it. Right here. So here's Nick's movie. Find this at Walmart. It's like $15. So then his movie came out. So Wild Press Tour, and that was just a few weeks ago. And now he's moving houses. So Nick, it'll be a little while before Nick gets back. But Dan will be, Jacob should be here pretty much every week. This week, I was traveling to California for work, so I needed to film at like Monday at 6 a.m., which Jacob's not going to do that. And Dan will be in and out. So that's where they are. And, we try our best to get the content out consistently. Because I'll be honest with you, it is easier for me not to do this than it is to do it by myself. But they should be back soon. Jacob definitely. Dan will. It's probably just going to be, I don't know, maybe a week or two before he's legit in and out. Josh, what's up? Is that the middle finger? Are you flipping me off? Celebrates 2 months of membership. What's up, Josh? Congrats. Yeah, you can tell how long people have been members based on the color of their crowns. And if you're not a member, first of all, if you're watching this, do me a favor, like the stream. I put in, especially this last week, a ridiculous amount of time by myself. So like the stream. And if you're not a subscriber, let me turn on the alerts. If you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber. Alert box. There we go. Become a subscriber. It will benefit me greatly. And if you want to be a member, become a member. There's a join button under this video. Click on it. It'll be tremendously helpful. And we send members UFC cards. Dan, the other part of this show, fought in the UFC. Come on. There we go. Thank you, Antonio. Oh, that's on the Facebook page. Dan fought in the UFC, so he has his own Topps card, and we send these to members. Perry, if you're here, I need your address again. Look at this, bunch of new Facebook likes. So anyway, there's that. Let's see. Yeah, King Rob, Holland is a black belt. I don't think Dawkins will necessarily submit him either, but I think he can take him down and avoid getting submitted. And just ride out a decision. And Dawkins did an interview this week saying, I have no problem being very boring in this fight. And that is his path to victory. Throw a couple bombs, be boring. That is his path. I'm going backwards here. Jester, short notice and overweight. You are talking about Alex Hernandez's opponent. In case people didn't know. Dawkins by sub, lock it. So the response I just read was, Holland is a black belt, and he absolutely is a jiu-jitsu black belt. So I don't know if Dawkins will win by submission, but I do think he'll win. But again, we'll go back to the bets in a minute. If you look at the bets, I don't have a bet on Dawkins. It's making a pick is different than putting money on stuff. O'Neal and Andrade or Price and Hernandez. Oofala. That's a good question. That is a good question. Honestly, I don't think you can go wrong. I think O'Neal's going to score a ton of points. Andrade is either going to get knocked out by Gaetano or get takedowns and get a stoppage. So you can get a bunch of points out of both of them. Price, same thing. He's either going to get put away or do the pudding. So 0 or 100 points out of him. And Alex Hernandez should score well. That's, I don't know. That's very hard. Very, very hard. Dawkins holds the rank of black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and leans heavily on those skills inside the cage. He does. He does. And Kevin Holland is also a black belt, but there are levels. There are absolutely levels to black belts. Hoping to see Holland get a knockout from his back. Oh, your name has a middle finger in it. I thought that was part of the comment. Like, why are you flipping me off, bruh? And that dude that was trolling before just sort of took off, huh? Isn't that so weird? Come in here, troll a little bit, give you a hard time, and then you just bail. If you're going to troll, like Jacob's the ultimate troll, but at least he's got thick skin. Keeps coming back after I smoke him. Let's look at a few more of these, and then we can jump back to bets. Jamie Malarkey, Devontae Smith, 58-42. I don't like that line. Move past it. Gaetano and Douglas. I don't like that line. See, it's Saturday. These lines have gotten super tight. Let's just go right into the slates. If you look at slates, you have all day, prelim, and main card. And that's just a great way to narrow. It's just a great way to sort of narrow down what you're looking for. Because by the time Saturday comes, and you've heard Chris is the guy who sets these freaking lines. He comes on the show, does that video with us almost every week. Not this week because I was traveling. But he comes on and he talks about it. Saturday is when all the money comes in. He basically is like, all of you guys, meaning me and all the people who are watching, all of you guys hit my lines early and we pretty much lose on you guys because you're sharp. But then the lines move. Saturday, the general public comes and we get pounded on, and then we pound on them. So if you're playing a line today, you're closer to the general public. So the slates are where you can do well. We've talked about Knockout Kings. All you need is 3 fighters that you think will win by knockout, and you can double it up. So you can double up Santos and Walker, right? You think that fight ends by KO or TKO, double them up, guaranteed money, period, done. If Alex Hernandez should be able to get one as well. You could double up Alex and Nico if you think. Casey O'Neill, no. I wouldn't touch Devontae or Jamie, honestly. Kevin Holland, all of you people thinking that he's going to absolutely blow through Dawkins like that. He's good for that. Alejandro Perez, honestly, should get a knockout. Jotgo could get one. I mean, there's a lot of room here to get some knockout money and Knockout Kings. So, these two and Perez is probably, I already have a Knockout Kings, but these two and Perez is probably a solid, right? You think the main event will end in KO or TKO plus Alejandro Perez. That's probably pretty solid, honestly. Should I do another Knockout Kings? So I'm conservative. If I do, I just need one knockout and I get 25% money back. So let's lock that in. It's basically free money. It's not the biggest amount, but free is for me. That's been my policy my whole life. All right, we'll look at 1 or 2 more slates, and we'll go back to bets. I know the vast majority of you probably don't care about Monkey Knife Fight, which is a shame. There's a lot of money here, and it's a lot of fun. Let's catch up on chat. Thank you, Brian. Very appreciated. Bino, I appreciate that as well. I mean, we put in stupid time, and we put in a lot of money. I mean, our website, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. Actually, I think it is pretty nice, but it's not the most robust website on the planet, but it has cost us every single dollar that has come into this channel plus some. So there's that. So Jacob, here you go, guys. Jacob is sending me his bets. He's in Vegas. So let me look at his bet. Oh my God, he put real money on this. Jacob put, I'll just say the dollar amount, right? Jacob put, no, I'm not going to say dollar amount. Jacob bet on Jamie Mullarkey money line at plus 125. And he did a parlay. Nico Price, Johnny Walker, and Kevin Holland. He bet $60. So I can tell you the odds. He bet 60 to win 265. So that's Nico Price, Johnny Walker, Kevin Holland. Those are Jacob's bets for anybody asking. I am doing well. What's up, Big Bob? I feel like I haven't seen you in a little while. How do I feel about Santos Smith Hernandez for Knockout Kings? I think that's a very good Knockout Kings. If you're doing one, don't chase 2. The only time I've ever lost in Knockout Kings, I was chasing 2. I'd rather get my 25% return, a guarantee, than, chase bigger and lose, because it'll take you a while to make up what you lose. You're going to double up Smith and Jamie, Devonta Smith. Holland's hands are legit. Grappling is very good. He just needs to work on takedown defense and getting back up. He rocked Brunson. If Dawkins wins, it's by decision via lay and pray. I 100% agree with every single thing in that sentence. I absolutely agree. Mr. Savage, I do too. I Monkey Knife Fight changed how I watch fights, honestly. It's a lot more fun because DraftKings, your night could be over early. Monkey Knife Fight, you got the rest of the night to go, and you can play as the fights are happening. Angelo, which pick put on 2 units by accident again? Let's make the switch. I'll show you right now. I will show you right now. And that means you watch the betting breakdown, so I appreciate that. I actually debated removing it from the slide because I don't want people hopping in this that didn't hear my explanation thinking that I purposely put 2 units. So what Bino's referring to, they have 3 6 times more or lesses, or 3.6 more or lesses. What is that? Explain yourself, Big Bob. Oh, NFL. Yeah, NFL pays out better odds, or pays out better money because NFL is more predictable than, I mean, fights are fights. They're very unpredictable. And I don't know if you guys know this, but since we started doing Monkey Knife Fight breakdowns, and we started pushing you guys to do it, and anybody who signs up through our link or uses our promo code for the free money, they track that to us, and we've been crushing them. Like, we've been crushing them because we come on here, we give some legitimate insight, we're right more than we're wrong, and we take their money. They've actually had to lower the payouts because of that, which sucks, but at the same time, like, you know, that's a good problem to have, I guess. So anyway, the price I put, or the fight I put 2 units on by accident, was Nico Price and Alex Oliveira over 1.5 rounds. I put 1 unit on it when I first saw this last week. I was like, yeah, I think that'll go over 1.5 rounds. As soon as I see, this is what I do. As soon as they drop the round lines, I scroll through and I look for the 1.5s. And any fight that I think, ooh, that's a close fight, I'm going over. That's a close fight, I'm going over. 1.5 is not a lot of fighting. Not a lot. So I like to do the over on 1.5, depending on the fight. So I did 1 full unit like a week ago when I first saw that. Then yesterday, when I was preparing this for the show, I put another unit on it, not remembering I already had a unit on it. So then when I was going through, and this is a PowerPoint, when I was going through building out the slide and typing it up, I noticed I already had one. And so there's 2. So I left it on the slide for full transparency, especially because if it hits, I don't want to have to be like, oh, look, 2, and then it looks like I'm lying because the screen said 1 unit and then I said 2 after it hit. But so full transparency, I'm not 2 units confident in this. I'm only 1 unit confident in it, but I placed 2 by accident. Hernandez, finish only, decision, no action. Yeah, I mean, that's an insurance bet, right? So that's like, I like, when do these fights start? Oh, it's 2. Yeah, they start at 3. I was like, I just got an alert from DraftKings. Yes, we have an hour left, so ask whatever question you're going to ask for the next hour. Anyway, that's an insurance bet. Hernandez, finish, decision, no action. I don't think he needs an insurance bet. So I personally wouldn't do that. I'll just take the straight up, because those odds must be horrific. Those are probably pretty bad odds because even straight money line odds are pretty bad. Andrade, finish only, decision, no action. That's probably an okay one. Actually, that is an okay one. Rosa, decision, finish, no action. I don't think that's a good one because she's, let me see. I mean, she's a massive favorite. So those odds are probably horrific. So I wouldn't do that. Selecki, decision only, finish. Oh, these are, I'm sorry. I'm reading these backwards. I'm reading these as inside the distance, decision, no action. You're saying wins by decision, finish, no action. Is that what you're saying? I'm going to need you to clarify. This is the exact opposite of what I've been saying. He does have a suspect chin. He absolutely has been chin checked several times. He also has power. So I like Jamie. There's a bet on the screen for Jamie Malarkey. But it's dangerous. 2 questions. Selecki or Santos? And how do you feel about stacking the main event? If you're picking them for what? So I think Thiago Santos probably loses. But if we're talking DraftKings, Thiago Santos could score 655 points. With just an incredible knockout. So that's a tricky one. Big Bob, we'll see you, bud. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it, honestly. And thanks for the compliment. And thanks for appreciating us, because honestly, if the numbers were low and we didn't get feedback, I'd be like, all right, this sucks. I'm out of here. Okay. All right, Bruce, I see your message. Let's give it a little bit. We have an hour left. When we get closer to the end, if you're still around, I'll have you on. You can talk about your bets. And I don't know where Joey T is. If Joe is here and wants to do the ownership for DraftKings, we can do that as well. So Josh, I mean, then those are interesting. Those are very interesting. Win a decision or no action on a stoppage. Those are probably pretty solid odds for some of those. So I was reading it the other way, and I honestly, some of them were absurd, and I thought you were crazy. So I'm glad that it was that direction instead. Shevchenko by submission plus 1,400. Is it a big step up for Casey? Is it though? Casey beat the crap out of Procopio, who's a much better jiu-jitsu person than Shevchenko is. Much better. Antonina is living off her last name. She would have been cut a long time ago if she wasn't the younger sister. I think that's a Jacob bet is what that is. And that's not necessarily an insult to you or Jacob, but that is just chasing the big number. You see a big number, you tell yourself that that's possible, and then you throw a little bit at it. And that's why Jacob is either up 20 units or down 20 units because of that. 1,400 bets, 1,600 bets, $2,600 part or 2,600 point parlays. Those are the ones. Yeah, in the first, correct, in the first round. And then what happened? You can't segment out the pieces you want to convince yourself to place a bet. I'm being your conscience. Don't chase crazy odds. Don't do it. Follow the most likely path and see if there's a way to make money. Look at the most likely outcome and go from there. So, I mean, now what's going to happen is that's going to hit. You're not going to place it, and that's going to hit. So you might as well place it. This way, I'm guilt-free if it hits. I won't bet Antonina, like Angelo said, living under her sister's shadow. Over 1.5 rounds, only action on that fight. Yeah, but I'm sure over 1.5 rounds is also horrific odds. All right, let's pull up. I'll pull up my bet online. I'll just log out so you don't see my money. We'll pull up bet online and look at some of these odds. Am I logged in? Dun, 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 dun. Nope. Wait. Man, this computer. I'm just waiting for the new MacBooks so that I can upgrade my computer because this thing is a dog. Okay. Let me share. Let's share. Guys, wewantpicks.com/bets. Grab a promo. Jump into Bet Online, which is what we're looking at here. So I'm not logged in because you don't need to see my money. But let's take a look at some of these odds while we're talking about them. Martial arts, MMA. Where are you? Vegas 38. Okay. All right. What were we talking about? Okay. Here's the odds on the Shevchenko. Oh, can you even see the screen? Let me zoom in. Is that better? How do I collapse this stupid window? All right, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. So, Antonina. Plus 200 underdog. Over 2.5 is minus 135, which means if we go to the alternate round lines, over 1.5 is probably minus 300. Yeah, okay. Well, look at that guess on me. Minus 300, you see minus 295. Good for me. Not great value on a straight bet, but can make a nice parlay piece. Now, the distance one is interesting because you can get even money, and I think it probably does go the distance, and you can get even money for the fight going the distance. Let's take a step back. Any other lines or odds you guys want to see? We've got about an hour before the fights get going, before I'm out of here. Let's see. Let's look at the Betch Cahaya, Carol Rosa. I mean, Carol Rosa is now a minus 700 favorite. That's insane. Like, she should win, but minus 700? Come on. So this is where I got my even goes the distance minus 280. So let's break that down logically. The odds makers are saying there's a 3-to-1 chance this will go the distance. And there's a 7-to-1 chance that Carol Rosa is going to win a decision, right? Or going to win. So now this is where I got my Betch Cahaya plus 3.5 points at plus 180. What you can do is you can also do minus 3.5 points. So if you think Carol Rosa wins by stoppage or wins all 3 rounds, you can take 3.5 points away from her on the judges' scorecard. So she needs to win a shutout, needs to win a unanimous decision or by stoppage, and you get minus 290. Minus 220. That's not a bad play. I bet this side of it because I think Betch Cahaya can win 1 round, but that's not bad. Like, let's look at Alex Hernandez. Let's look at who's the next biggest favorite on the card. Next biggest favorite, minus 700. Here's another. All right, Alex Hernandez. Let's take a look at this. Alex Hernandez is a minus 700 favorite. So a 7-to-1 favorite. You would have to bet $700 to win 100, right? But, okay, this one's a little more reasonable. So he goes from minus 700 just to win the fight. Or if you want to take some points away from him, and if you think he's going to win by stoppage, or if you think he's going to win a unanimous decision, you get minus 275. And you know what? I'm going to place that right now on my phone. I've never done that. I've never taken points away from a fighter, but I'm going to do that right now on my phone. I don't need you guys to see me doing anything because I like that. I like that. I've never done it, so this will be my first time doing it. So hopefully it hits, and then tomorrow when I'm bragging about it on my recap show, don't anybody go accusing me of lying, making things up, because you're watching me do it right now. Come on, where are you? Alex Hernandez minus 275. Put 1 unit. Just it's an experiment. Okay, placed. It's going to be another 265 event where most favorites win. I don't know. UFC 266 was most favorites winning as well. You got Hernandez to win by finish or decision, no accident, minus 500. So, but think about what I just did. I got minus 275, and he can win by finish, and I'll hit it. And he can win a decision, and I'll hit it. The only way I won't hit that bet is if he gets stopped or if he loses a round. I don't see him losing a round or getting stopped. So minus 275. Let's see how it goes. I put 1 unit on it. It's an experiment. I've never done that before. I always do the other side. I'm always looking for giant underdogs that I think can steal a round. I've never done that side. Dan texted me about the live stream. Can you join now? So anyway, let's see what that looks like. If that hits, that might be my new favorite thing to do. Find the biggest favorite that I'm 1,000% positive is going to dominate. Pay against some points, lose points, and go from there. Dan's like, when's the live stream? Maybe I'll join. And then it's just been ... for the last 45 seconds, which is an excuse. He's typing up an excuse. So Let's look. Hernandez stop is minus 135. What are you talking about? Where's minus 135? There's not minus 135 anywhere on here. Does not go the distance, minus 170. Hernandez by submission. Oh, plus 135 if it's a KO. Let's see. Hernandez. Oh, fighter wins. Oh, minus 125 to win inside the distance. Certainly possible. And if you're positive, no, with the wife and the kids, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I get it, man. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I like, we'll see. Minus 700 favorite. He basically has to do anything other than lose a round. Let's see if there's some other spots here. You guys liked Misha. I mean, it's basically even money now. That's a tough fight. Under 2.5 is plus money. So people think this fight will go the distance, which I think Dawkins wins. And if he does win, it's a decision. But a lot of you think Kevin Holland beats the brakes off of him. Let's see. All right. All right. You guys have any questions while I'm just meandering through bets and picks? Hernandez, stop. Yep. Let's see if there's another spot here. This is when I have problems, right? When I'm just looking at it, just forcing a bet for no reason. This is when I can, chase things that I don't need to be chasing. Let's go back to my bets. What time is it? 2:09 Central Time. I'll send you a link in a little bit. I need your email address if you want a link to hop on. Bruce, send me your email address and I'll send you a link. So Bruce Fields wants to hop on. He's got a bunch of bets. He wants to talk about a few of his bets. So we'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes. That's what we did with Joe. And you guys seem to really enjoy Joe coming on and talking about the ownership. So we can do something similar. We'll see how it goes. If Dan comes on, I'm going to kick you off, but I'm sure you understand. Do I want to do? No, I didn't want to do an Egger money line at minus 148. Let's see what she's got going on here. Over 2.5. Yep, that's pretty likely. Man, do I throw an Egger money line? I'm just. Ugh, man. I'm not going to do it. I'm chasing too much. Does not finish. Malarkey and Smith. Does not finish. Malarkey. There's no spaces. How do you guys type? DNFMULLARKEY. No spaces at all. Does not finish. Malarkey. And then a dash. Oh, Malarkey and Smith. Comma. Next bet. Hernandez and Breeden. So this is a parlay. This is taking a long time to break down the structure of this sentence. They give you characters. Use them. Frame this up for me so I can read it and pin it, and it's logical. So you have a does not finish parlay with the Malarkey and Smith fight and Hernandez Breeden. So both those fights going to a decision, you'll get plus 136. Got it. It took me 14.5 minutes, but got it. George, tailing all your props, especially love the over on Price Oliveira. I can see the vets taking it easy on each other, trying to put on a show for the fans. Yeah, I good luck to you and me. I'm not a big. I don't like the pressure of people just following along, just because I don't want to have to feel bad with other people's money. That's why when we do the show, let me just show my bet so people know what I'm talking about. That's why our betting show, compared to others, these are just my actual bets. Other people will walk through the entire card. Oh, this could be a bet. That could be a bet. These are just mine with my money because I don't want to just do random. You could do this, you could do that. And then you guys go spend money off a fake half thought that I put together just for a video. And then you lose your money. I don't want to do that. So good luck to both of us. It's YouTube's paste policy. I have spaces in my notebook. Oh, gotcha. Because I was like, I mean, you saw me trying to read that. There's dashes, commas, no spaces between capitalized letters. I don't know what was going on. Incredible. All right. So, Bruce, you said you wanted to join. I need your email address in order for you to join. If not, no biggie. Anybody else? Any questions? We got a good 45 minutes before these go live. I will not be doing a fight companion. I have 2 kids and a wife. And, the fight companions, when the kids are asleep, my wife doesn't care, right? No big deal. Jacob will come over. I'm watching the fights anyway, even if he doesn't come over. No big deal. But at 6 o'clock at night, when the main card's going to start and it's like time to eat dinner and stuff, and I'm like, go raise those kids on your own. I got to talk to the internet. That doesn't really fly in my house. I married a strong Southern woman. Good luck to you too, my man. Good luck to you too. So, I don't know if you guys saw the post. We have a forum now on our website. Hey, let me show it. wewantpicks.com. Spent $10,000 on this website. I might as well show it to you guys. And that number's not an exaggeration if you think I'm lying. If you think I'm lying, go have somebody build you a WordPress website and tell me what it costs. It's a scam. It's the new scam. Here's our website. This will just jump you into the Monkey Knife Fight promo, the bets promo, the DraftKings stuff. This is just the last event, next event. Here's a thing of our videos. Here's just a picture of the last time Jacob won anything. There's all of us, a part of the show, and some about us, some contact us, and some stuff here. Anyway, we added a forum. I'm going to have to type it in, though. Community. It's like not fully baked yet, meaning, oh, you're not hopping on, Bruce? All right, no problem. So Bruce said his big underdog pick is Shevchenko. It's not fully baked. The forum is not 100. Like, we literally installed it. We put it up here, but it's wewantpicks.com/community. Once it's like, takes up this whole screen and like is more logical, I'll do some threads. It's probably easier to funnel a lot of the chat from the comment section to the forum. And then we can go from there. So if you guys have ideas, let me know. A bunch of you ask about Discord all the time. I started a Discord today literally because I didn't want somebody else to start a Discord under our name. So I started one today. I would prefer to use this over Discord. People just keep asking about Discord though, but we can figure out how to have it all. Honestly, we're trying to build a community here. We're trying to get any underdogs I really like. Yeah, I'll get to that in 1 second, bub. And I do think Dawkins can win. I think he will win. We're trying to build a community here, so don't be shy. If there's things that you want that you don't have, like, hey, I would love a Discord, or hey, we should have a forum, or hey, I want to buy that hat you got. This you could actually buy now. But let me know. We're every nickel that comes in, whether it's through a super chat, an ad, an affiliate, goes right into this website. And the goal is that the website will not only be a place for you to click on our links, but also a place where you can do your own research, watch old videos. And I know YouTube can do that, but it makes it a little pain in the ass sometimes. Do your own research, get insight, and communicate with each other. I know there's a million places to communicate, but the reality is, how many people are doing Monkey Knife Fight and DraftKings and bets and all that stuff? So trying to build a community here. If you guys want anything, let me know. We'll work on it. But we added a forum. It's not perfect yet. It doesn't even take up this whole screen, but it will. And then we'll be good. Let me go back to the bets that I got going on here. But that's wewantpicks.com. Please click on things and sign up for things so I can pay my mortgage. Let's see. Okay, so this entire card is live with underdogs that I like. As far as what I'm going to do with my actual money is a whole different situation. I did put a little money on Jamie Mullarkey. I like him as an underdog. I don't have anything on Johnny Walker, but he is an underdog that I might end up putting a bet on before things get going, because I do like him to win. I think Santos has been, let me know next time. We do it every Saturday. I do like Santos or Walker to win. I think he frustrates Santos. I think he gets in his face, does spinning crap, and Santos has been gun shy since the surgeries. And I think it'll be a problem, and it'll be frustrating for Thiago Santos, and Santos will lose. So I may go the Johnny Walker route before the fight start. I may just be staring at my phone and just throw something in there. Lapuzza, thank you very much. I genuinely appreciate that. I mean, we put in a lot of time and effort, so I appreciate any positive feedback. Yes. So I am very aware of how talented Kevin Holland is. Let me pin this one instead. I'm very aware of how talented Kevin Holland is. Very aware. He's got legit hands. He's got legit jiu-jitsu, but zero wrestling. And he just showed the world 2 fights in a row the path to beating him. Hey, guys, this is how you beat me. And Kyle Dawkins is not a stupid person. I imagine he's going to follow that path. The path has been handed to him. This is how you beat Kevin Holland. Just take him down. Avoid big shots and take him down. That's it. That's how you beat the guy. So I imagine Kyle Dawkins will follow that path. He's another one I may put a bet on, but I don't know. Because Kevin Holland is good. Kevin Holland is dangerous. And that's why there's a difference between a pick and an opinion versus what I actually do with my money. Do I think Kyle will win? Yes. Is there a path for him to win? Absolutely. Am I going to put my actual money on it? Probably not. Yeah, I like Walker as well. That is probably a bet that I will place before this gets going. Or at least before that fight gets going. Just because I did bet the over, right? At minus 115. That's going to go over 1.5 rounds, I think. Santos is gun shy. Walker does a bunch of crazy stuff. I think they'll fight for a little bit. It's a main event. There's no rush. There's no reason to come out guns blazing. So I think we'll get past a round and a half. Listen, I've wrestled my entire life. I've coached wrestling. I've wrestled in tournaments. I've wrestled at every level other than the Olympic level, right? I just don't see how Kevin Holland can go from 0 takedown defense to good takedown defense in 6 months. It hasn't even been 6 months. It's been like, when did he lost? Like 4, 3, something like that. I just don't see that. I just don't. Now, Kyle Dawkins is not like a very good wrestler. He wrestles to get it to the ground. He's got some takedowns, but it's not like, Kevin Holland's going to be defending takedowns from what the hell? Phil Hawes, right? A D1 All-American. So it's certainly possible he can stuff a few, and he's got phenomenal hands, but I mean, his wrestling, his gap, it was a tremendous gap. A lot of ground he had to cover. And somebody was messaging with me saying that they read an interview with him. Let's see if I can find the message. Anthony Fortier, I don't know, was saying that an interview with Kevin Holland said he trains 3 to 5 days a week, trains wrestling 3 to 5 days a week. Someone asked him how many hours, and he said 1 hour per session. So he's only doing, let me said an hour. Okay. So he said he's doing 6 to 7 hours a week of wrestling. 6 to 7 hours a week of wrestling is maintenance. That's maintenance. That's not improvement. That's maintenance. That you can keep what you have. So I just don't see it. Santos is coming off a few losses, but it's 3. One is John Jones, who everybody loses to. The second one was Glover, who he almost knocked Glover out cold, and then Glover came back and does what he does. And the third one, he just lost a point fight to Alexander Rasik. The third one, the last one is actually why I bet the over on rounds, because those are two big heavy strikers and didn't get put away. So that's why I bet that. He's just gun shy. He looked a little gun shy in the last fight. He's got two bad knees. He didn't look gun shy against Glover, but that was the path, right? Let him bomb out, get exhausted, then take him down. You can beat him. Does Johnny Eduardo have a shot? It's a fist fight. Everybody's got a shot, obviously. But I've got Alejandro Perez. But Johnny Eduardo, I've talked about it, right? He is a feast or famine guy. He kill or be killed. He's going to put you out or get put out. The problem is he's over 40. I mentioned the chin's the first thing to go. The power's the last. He does still have some power. I think Johnny Eduardo is going to get knocked out, so I don't think he has much of a chance. I think there's better places to go if you're looking for a chance. But I did bet, instead of betting Alejandro Perez by knockout, I did the fight does not go the distance. Because at the end of the day, Eduardo does have big, heavy hands, will come out swinging, and could get something done there. Is it likely? Probably not. Hopefully round 3 for Walker, because I bet the over on rounds. So hopefully. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. There's no bet here. So I don't have a bet on Daukaus for Holland. My pick was Daukaus. I've explained why a few times, but I didn't. That's not a hill I'm going to die on. Not with my money, at least. So I'll let it ride. I have to agree with Kevin, so I bet Kevin to win by finish or decision, no action, because of that is, you know what? That's the bet. Let me see what the odds are because that is probably the bet. I think Kyle Daukaus wins. I'm not betting on Kyle Daukaus to win, but let's see if that's plus money, which there's no way it is because Kevin's the favorite. So to get an insurance bet on a favorite it's going to be even worse odds, but sometimes they mess these up. Like Perez Eduardo, fight does not go the distance, was minus 115, but under 2.5 rounds was minus 140. Makes no sense. No sense. So he's Kevin Holland's a minus 173 favorite. Ooh, that's tempting to put money on Daukaus. Yeah, so it's minus 240 win inside the distance, decision, no action. So that's not worth it. Yeah, it is a safe bet. Minus 240 is a little much. I mean, that is a very safe bet. Man, maybe I do it. No, I already did that minus 275 Alexander bet. You're going to watch me do stupid things, and this is when you start to lose, when you force things. It's a very logical bet to make. It's a very good bet, logic-wise. I just don't know if... I don't know. I'm not going to do it. Eduardo has first-round KO chance, maybe. It seems very unlikely, though. 43 bantamweight isn't a good look. Yes, you absolutely can parlay prop bet. So we've got 3 betting partners. We have, if you go to wewantpicks.com/bets, it's right there in white on the screen. The first link is Bet Online. They have by far the best prop bets. They let you parlay, but they're a little restrictive as to what they'll let you parlay. If you also go to wewantpicks.com/bets, the next one is BetUS. BetUS will let you parlay anything. So when I have parlays that I want to do like that, like let me take, 3 different prop bet parlays and put them together. I do them at BetUS. When I just want to get like this Betchkahea plus 3.5 points, I'll do that at Bet Online because they're the only one that even has that. So that's why you should be betting with multiple sports books. You should not have all your eggs in one basket because, everybody does things a little differently and there's pros and cons to all of them. If you want, wewantpicks.com/bets. We have 125% deposit match for BetUS, 100% deposit match for Bet Online. Sports betting is the exact same thing as Bet Online, just a different skin. So if you want even more free money, sign up there. But yeah, I throw at multiple sports books depending on what I'm looking for. And sometimes you'll get really good odds on one and not another. So yes, you can parlay prop bets. Do it at BetUS, wewantpicks.com/bets. Jump into the BetUS link. The promo code WWP will get you a 125% deposit match. Why I like Malarkey. And thank you for the compliment. Yeah, so, his opponent has chin issues or has had chin issues in the past. Devontae Smith's got legitimate power. He's a good striker. He's got pretty good head movement. He likes to control the distance. And he has big power. And you know what? As Jamie Malarkey comes in the shoot, he may get caught. But Jamie Malarkey is probably the better point fighter, meaning if he's going to stick with striking, he stay on the outside, touch him up, frustrate him, because Devontae Smith he picks his shots, so he's been hesitant in the past. Jamie Malarkey also has legit power. He showed us with Camel Worthy. He's got actual power. And everybody's forgetting he's a grappler. That is his background. So Devontae Smith has good takedown defense. We've seen him use it. But I just feel like Jamie Malarkey is going to be better prepared. He can win a point fight on his feet. He can win, with takedowns and grappling. He's got power for a knockout. I think that's probably the least likely outcome, but I do like Jamie Malarkey. We've seen Devontae Smith get hit, have his chin checked before. So that's why I like Jamie Malarkey, honestly. And he's training with the rest of those guys at wherever the hell, what's the name of that gym with Alexander Volkanovski? He's training with all them. So he's going to be well prepared. Josh Locks. I got Kevin finish only or decision no action at -200. Yeah, that's not bad. It's obviously moved. That's not bad for -200. Anybody watching the stream, we've been on here for like another half an hour till the fights start. If you're watching and you're not a subscriber, click subscribe. Very, very, very helpful for me and all the hard work that we put in. So click subscribe. You want to become a member? So you see the people in the comments with the crowns and they can use emojis and things like that. There's a join button under this video. Click the join button. The other thing the join button gets you is we have our own free DraftKings League. There's a link in the description. Check that out. If you win the DraftKings League, which is free, I will send you money. I literally will Venmo you or PayPal or Cash App you $15 if you're a subscriber. If you're a member, I will do the exact same thing, but for $30 for nothing. You literally can win $30 by risking nothing playing DraftKings in our league. Super easy, super simple, but you have to be a member. So click the join button under the video. Walker, finish only, decision no action at +140. See, that one is not one that I would do because I just don't think there's a decision. So he's either going to knock out or get knocked out. And if you think he's going to knock out, then you'll get better odds at just doing the knockout prop. The wins inside the distance, decision no action, those are perfect for guys who are super tough. Like I did it last week. I didn't hit it, but I also got a refund. I did it last week with Roxanne Modafferi. She's not getting finished. That is not something that's going to happen. So I'm positive it will go to a decision if she loses. So right there, that's a good bet, right? Because I know I'll get my money back. And is there upside for a stoppage? Yeah, she could win by stoppage. So let me throw that. That's when I use that bet. And Kevin Holland, if he was an underdog, I would do it. But he's not. So I won't. All right. We got about a half an hour here. Should we jump back into Monkey Knife Fight? See what we got going on there? Or do you guys want to look at DraftKings? Let's take a look. Well, we'll talk about DraftKings for a minute. Get rid of that. Okay. So I can't show you a full lineup, and this is just me clicking around. So I do like Johnny Walker. You want to do Monkey Knife Fight, John Chichi? All right, let me do this 2 minutes, and then we'll go to Monkey Knife Fight. I like Johnny Walker. I think he's going to win at $7,400. I think he's a great play in DraftKings because he should probably score really well. I like Jamie Mullarkey. We just talked about that. Why I like Jamie, 7,500, should also score well. At the 9,000 plus point, I like Casey O'Neill a lot. She's got a million takedowns if that's the route she wants to go. She's also a very good striker. Antonina Shevchenko is a good striker as well, but similar to Kevin Holland, where she gets taken down pretty easily and doesn't have much to offer on the ground. Joe Selecki, really slick jiu-jitsu, very clean boxing. I think he wins. I have a bet on him to win. And at $8,300, I thought that was great value. Alexander Hernandez at $9,400. That is expensive. It is. But, you know, I like it. I just, his opponent missed weight. It's a short notice fight to begin with. And Alex Hernandez absolutely decimates anybody ranked under him. He struggles with people ranked above him, but decimates anybody ranked under him. And then from here, there's a bunch of different options. Egger's probably a very good option. You could go Oliveira or Price. It's whatever camp you're in. I think Oliveira should win, but I'm not confident enough to do anything with that. I mean, these guys are going to go at it. They're both willing to die if they have to. They will put on a show. We've seen Oliveira look like an absolute killer, and we've seen him look like a bum. So I don't know which version of him is going to show up. Nico Price always shows up. So Nico's probably the safer pick, but I'm thinking Alex Oliveira, his leg kicks, pressure could make something happen. Dawkins, if you have him winning, that's a good play. I almost went with Dawkins, but if I'm looking between Dawkins and Egger, Dawkins, I think Egger is like definitely going to win that fight. And I think Dawkins probably will. So I'll take the definitely over the probably any day of the week. Wouldn't touch Shevchenko, wouldn't touch Eduardo. Perillo is the only other person that I would consider at these price points. Gaetano Perillo is a nasty kickboxer, nasty Muay Thai, nasty. He's got takedown issues, doesn't have much to offer on the ground, but he's so dangerous on his feet. He's very live, and something could absolutely happen there. And his opponent, Douglas Silva de Andrade, is not exactly a takedown artist. He has taken people down. He has that ability, but he's not exactly, that's not his skill set per se. So I think he's got some action there, but I'm not sure. I think you're off on Holland Dawkins fight. I don't think he has a wrestling background and doesn't have the same frame. Brunson and Vittoria are both skilled wrestlers by a long shot. I guess we'll see what happens. Yeah, Dawkins does not have a wrestling background, but Kevin Holland's wrestling is so abysmal, it doesn't matter. So we'll see. All right, let's jump into Monkey Knife Fight. And if you notice, I don't have a bet on that fight. So it's not like I'm over here. Like I think Dawkins wins, but I'm not so confident he wins that I'm going to put money on it. But let's look at some Monkey Knife Fight. Hold on, I gotta log in first. Monkey Knife. Okay. Let's go to new game. Let's see what we're working with. I got $20 left, so I'll do two more. I have two Knockout Kings going. Let's look at main card slates. I like to narrow the slates down. We'll take a look at, well, 3 times your money. Alexander Hernandez and Thiago Santos. I don't like that. Let's look at the next one. Nico Price and Kevin Holland. I don't like that. Those are very high. Do I go less? I don't know. Dawkins and Krzysztof Jotko. Ooh. 78. Man. That's what happens when you wait towards the end of the week. Well, let's look at the fantasy point ones. Jotko, 83. Nah. All right. Let's find a rapid fire. See, this is the problem. All right, Nico Price more than Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland is going to get 16.5 handicap. Yes, because I think even if Kevin Holland wins, he'll probably win inside the distance. Nico's likely going to go to a decision. And Kevin Holland will probably spend a good amount of time defending takedowns. Jotko or Dawkins? Jotko's getting 6.5. Will Kyle Dawkins land more than 6.5 more strikes than Kristoff? Man, I don't know. Yes. Right? He's fast. He's got volume. He is fighting a grappler, but Kyle Dawkins is likely going to be looking to grapple. So I'll do that. $10. I like rapid fires. 10 to win 30. Let's see what else we got. There's usually only one rapid fire. But that's why you can. That was the main card. Let's look at the prelim slates. Let's go right to the rapid fire. Guys, I'll hang out for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm out of here. I'm tripping by picking Jotko. Is that what you're saying? And do you know what Monkey Knife Fight is? Do you know what I was picking there? And I'm not trying to be an asshole about it. I'm serious. A lot of people don't know what it is. So I was just picking who's going to land more strikes between them. I did pick Jotko, though. Listen, I think if it gets to the ground, he will get submitted. But what do you mean no way he's getting that many strikes? Because I didn't pick a number. I just said more than Kyle Dawkins. I did pick Jotko there. So you and I are on the same page. Okay. Let's look at this rapid fire. Carol Rosa over Casey O'Neill. And Casey O'Neill's going to get 14.5. Ooh. Carol Rosa probably beats Betchkahea on her feet the whole fight. Casey O'Neill's going to get takedowns most likely, though. And she's handicapped. Okay. Douglas Silva de Andrade or Jared Gordon? Douglas Silva's fighting a nasty kickboxer. So if he's doing a ton of striking, hopefully it's on top. Otherwise, he's going to get put away in his feet. Jared Gordon, the wrestler, fighting a good grappler. See you, Josh. I'm not going to do this one. I don't like this. New game. Let's do main card rapid fire. See what we got. Carol, Casey, Nico, Kevin. Wait, is this main card or all day? This is all day. Why yeah. Let's look at fantasy points. Here we go. It's a different matchup. Will Thiago Santos have more fantasy points than Alexander Hernandez? Oof. Ooh, it's a 5-round fight. Ooh, man, that's hard. Or Nico. All right, I'll let you guys do this one. Do you think Thiago Santos will score more fantasy points than Alexander Hernandez? And separately, do you think Carol Rosa will score more fantasy points than Nico Price? And let's look at the scoring. Oh, up here. Significant strikes, 0.6 points. Knockdown is 12. Takedown 6. Takedown defended 3. Submission attempts 5. And then there's round win bonuses. Man. All right. So let's say Nico, because I think Carol Rosa, 0.6 points, though, for significant strikes. And I think she's just going to beat up Betch a little bit. But let's say Nico, because that should be a good back and forth fight. He's going to let things fly. So let's say Nico there. Thiago Santos and Alexander Hernandez is the one that's super close, because Alex Hernandez should win in the first round. Thiago Santos could win in the first round, but if he doesn't, he still has 5 rounds to work with. Man. I think Johnny Walker wins. So I guess I'll go with Alex. I only have $9 left. So I have played I had like 90 something bucks. I wasn't quite at 100. So that's in. Let's do, how much do I have left? $4. Let's do it, guys. Let's string together Hernandez and Price. All right, good. That's what I did. Let's string together a 6 for 6. Throw $2 on it. Here we go. Carol Rosa, more or less than 129. Less. Casey O'Neill, 115. Let's come back to it. Nico, Jesus. Kevin, less. Douglas Silva. Oh, damn it. These are so hard. Let's see what the fantasy one looks like. So they just think all these people are going to score a gazillion points. We'll go back to the strikes. You know what? Let's look at prelim cards. Let's go from there. We'll throw a couple bucks at one of these 25 times. Okay. Are these the exact same freaking people, basically? Let's go to the main card. So limit it to only the main card 25 times. O'Neill has been KO'd 3 times and has a strike defense of just 34%. Yes. She also has a ton of takedowns, and Antonina Shevchenko has terrible takedown defense. So if O'Neill is on the wrong side of some striking exchanges, very clear path to get out of there. If Antonina Shevchenko is on the wrong side of striking exchanges, she has nowhere to go. And if she's on the wrong side of the grappling exchanges, she also has nowhere to go. So I don't like Shevchenko in that fight. All right, we've narrowed this a little bit. Thiago Santos, 56. I don't like this one either. But we'll throw $2 on it and see what happens. Let's go Nico, less. Kevin, less. Kyle. I don't know. We'll come back. Jotko. I think Jotko loses. Let's say more. Hernandez, less. Santos, more. And we'll do Kyle, less. I don't like it. I'm not going to do that. Let me see if we can find a 5 for 5 that we like. That's the same freaking people. They just removed one person. 4? That man. This is what happens when you wait till Saturday. It gets too hard. Yes on Thiago. Quick question about the plus minus 3.5. Can a bad judge? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. It's literally whatever the scorecards are. So if there's a judge that's, you have to, it has to be on all the scorecards. So yes, one bad judge will screw you. So yes. Yes. Unfortunately, yes. Let's do the all day one. I didn't like the main card only. All day, I felt like I could at least get there. We're here for another 15 minutes, guys. Any questions, let me know. We'll do one of these. Nope, I did fantasy. Okay. Here we go. Carol Rosa, less. Casey O'Neill, less. Nico Price will come back. Kevin Holland, less. Douglas Silva de Andrade, I'm going to say less. Jared Gordon, less. I can't do all lesses, so I got to go more on Nico. Let's throw $2 at it. Lock it in. Contestant. Oh, okay. Sure. All right. New game. Let's see. Well, let me do the exact same one again. No, it's gone. Is it 5 for 5 the same people? Basically, -1. And Nico was the hard one. What's a 4 for 4 looking like? Yeah, Nico's a hard one. Angelo, are there any fights that have been announced this week that you're looking forward to? Yeah. What did they just announce? Hold on. There is absolutely one. What did they just announce? List some of the ones that were just announced. Because there was one I saw that looked really good. It was like in December. They don't discriminate no more? What does that mean? Oh, man. That would have been helpful information 3 minutes ago. Because I would have gone less. Oh, damn it. All right. Well, now I know. Now I know. All right. Well, then let's do a 5 for 5. We'll less it. Bang, 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 bang. $2. 2 to win 30. Lock it in. All right. I'm out of money. Officially $0 left. You cannot. What the hell are you talking about? See, you cannot select less for every player in this contest. They don't discriminate anymore. Why are you kidding me? I didn't watch the fight. I saw that a lot of people thought that Venom Page lost and shouldn't have won. I didn't watch the fight, so it's hard to say, honestly. Jan versus Sandhagen is actually, I actually like that way more than Jan versus Aljamain Sterling. Way more. Because I think he was beating the crap out of Sterling, and that's not going to change. So I like that the Sandhagen fight. Sandhagen showed how tough and good he is. I picked Dillashaw to win. I think Dillashaw won that fight. I recognize it was controversial, but I think Dillashaw won. So I'm perfectly fine with that matchup, and I'm interested to see what happens. I want Jan to win. That's Jan's belt. Like the way that Aljamain won the belt was just such nonsense. And then even since then, like acting like the actual champion, avoiding the fight, the rematch at every possible turn. It's a little ridiculous. I don't think Gordon wins. I think Gordon loses. I like Joe Selecki to get that done. So I'm not on Gordon there. I just think Joe Selecki has good, clean boxing. I think Joe will touch him up on the feet, and then Gordon will probably shoot, get caught in something, because Joe Selecki is just so slick on the ground that Jared will take a shot, get caught in a weird scramble or something like that. So all right, you went more. Let's see if it lets me go more on all of them. You can do more and not less. Why can I do more across the board and not less? That's so strange. That's ridiculous. Well, now I'm out of money, but that's so weird. So weird. All right. Well, I've got a bunch of plays going. Let's go back to the bets. A few minutes before we head out of here. And yes, the Dawkins versus Lewis is a very interesting fight. And I actually, as high as I am on Chris Dawkins, I think Derek Lewis beats him. Because he got touched. I mean, Dawkins got touched last weekend against Shamil. And so I think, you get touched like that with Derek Lewis, it's a problem. But we did just watch Derek Lewis quit in Houston, which was a really weird look. It was really weird to see that happen. But we saw it happen. So, and you don't know what he's going to come back looking like after. He didn't just lose. He literally quit, like wanted a way out and found it. So we'll see come fight week what that looks like. But Dawkins, more skilled fighter. Derek Lewis, more power. I don't think so. I have Johnny Walker winning. I think Johnny Walker's done a lot of wild spinning stuff. I think Johnny Walker's fresher. He has 2 good knees. Santos has 2 bad knees. Santos is probably the most dangerous fighter in the entire division in that first round. But I think Johnny Walker is so massive and does such weird things that he will frustrate Thiago Santos. And Thiago Santos has been a little gun shy, coming off 3 losses. I think Johnny Walker is going to win that fight. But I didn't bet on Johnny Walker. I bet that the fight will go over 1.5 rounds. I'm more comfortable in that than I am specifically on Johnny Walker. Yeah, Dunjichi, if you watch the interview we brought on Dean Thomas So Dan knows Dean from back in the day. They trained together for a while. So we had Dean Thomas on the show. We asked him about that fight. It was right after Gon Lewis. And he said that Cyril Gane, like, he thinks he beats the crap out of Czech Congo. That he beats the crap out of, oh my God, Francis Ngannou. That he's just different levels, much better. That Francis Ngannou is basically Derek Lewis. He's got one way to win, and that's it. And we just watched somebody with one way to win, and Cyril Gane just absolutely tooled him around. So I agree Cyril Gane will probably be a champ, and so does Dean Thomas. Good luck to you too, Steve. I know, that was so embarrassing. 2 strikes. And I agree, Plague. It's funny because anytime I see anything under, like anything at the 50 line, I'm like, more. Anything at the 60 line or 70 line, I'm like, less. So it's always weird. I always have, like, when I do my notes and my research, sometimes I don't even know what the Monkey Knife Fight line is, and I'll write a note, more, less. And then I see the line, and then I don't know what to do with it. So I'll hang out for another few minutes. These fights are starting in a handful. 7 minutes the fight starts. So any last minute questions or tips or anything like that, throw them out there. If not, we'll go. We'll watch the fights. Hopefully we'll win some money. And then I'll do a recap show tomorrow as I normally do. So we'll give another minute or two, and then I'll head out of here. No fight companion because the main card starts at 6 p.m. my time, and I got little kids, so that's just not going to fly. The 9 p.m. start times, the 8 p.m. start times, I can make those work. 6, can't make it work. Too early. Too much to put on my wife for me to watch fights and talk. So, all right. Well, good luck, Plague Runner. Oh, Cole Brown with a question. Cole Brown, what do you think of Malarkey Smith under 1.5 plus 145? I don't like that. I don't like that. 1.5 rounds. And I'm probably the wrong person because I typically bet the over. When I see a 1.5 line, I most of the time go for the over. Devonta Smith's got some real power. Jamie Malarkey showed us he has power, but he's actually a grappler, not a striker. So I actually think Jamie will do a little bit of distance striking just to set up some takedowns. So I don't like that, but, you know, it's your money. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I know. It's so funny, Dunchichi, because he did it like this, like the Joe Biden one. And that was in my head this whole week, breaking that down. A lot of people do think Holland is going to win. I don't. I think Kyle Dawkins watched Holland's last 2 fights and didn't take a genius to figure out all I need to do is wrestle and I will win. And I think he's going to come in with a very wrestle-heavy game plan. And go from there. But Kevin Holland is a favorite for a reason. He's got legitimate power in his hands. He's good off his back, which I don't think will be a thing. But he's got legit power in his hands. That's the only thing that concerns me. So if you notice, there are no bets here. I'm not touching that fight. My pick is Dawkins, but I'm not confident enough to put actual money on it. Hopefully that helps. 5 minutes, people. 5 minutes. If you got a question, throw it out. Guys, like Tony, if you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button. Help me out. Do me a favor. Jesus Caceres, same thing. I'm not sure. You might be subscribers. I'm not sure. But it's the first time I've seen you guys in live chat, so welcome. Appreciate it. Smith gets KO'd with jabs. Malarkey might get him from the distance. Yeah, I mean, listen, this is what I did with Malarkey, right? Money line. So I didn't want to get specific. I know there's probably better odds. Somebody mentioned plus whatever the hell, Malarkey by KO. I don't like chasing very specific outcomes. I don't. I take my time. I like the safer bets. And anybody looking at this, the Price Oliveira over 1.5 rounds, it says 2 units. I did put 2 units, but I put 1 unit on by accident. So I only have 1 unit worth of confidence, but 2 units worth of money, if that makes sense. I just don't want you to see this and then go, oh my God. It must be a lock if you put 2 units on it, because it ain't. All right, people. 4 minutes. Get a question in, or I'm out of here so I can relax and watch the fights, because that's what I will be doing. So thank you guys all very much. I appreciate it. As always, the comments of these live streams are fantastic. You guys are, you keep this channel afloat. frankly. So wewantpicks.com, grab yourself a betting promo. There's free money there. If you've never done Monkey Knife Fight, hop in, deposit some money with the promo code WWP. They'll match it. Free money there. And make some stuff happen. Tony, I just mentioned this. You must not have been on, but I like Johnny Walker to beat Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos has been a little gun shy lately. He's got a couple bad knees. Johnny Walker is a giant. He's 6'6". He does wild spinning kicks, spinning punches. He's an aggressive guy. He's got power. He's got volume, and his body is whole. So I think Johnny Walker will push the pace and frustrate a gun-shy Thiago Santos. With that being said, Thiago Santos is probably the most dangerous fighter in the first round in any weight class. In any way, he has a win over the champ. He almost knocked Glover's head off his body. So, I like Johnny Walker. Casey O'Neill inside the distance? Probably not. Probably not. If I see Casey O'Neill trying to mix it up on her feet, ultimately getting a bunch of takedowns and riding out a decision. So Casey O'Neill by unanimous decision is the most likely outcome. So I would not bet inside the distance. But guys, I'm conservative with my bet. So if you like to sprinkle a little bit on some high payouts, go for it. And my recommendation would be go for who you know is going to win and then see what the props look like. And I'm pretty sure Casey's going to win. 2 minutes, people. 2 minutes. Oh, man. It'll be an interesting card. There's a lot of super close fights, a lot of question marks. It'll be a very interesting card. I'm looking forward to it, honestly. So we'll see. Jesse with the donation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, as always. Jesse, one of our biggest and best supporters, period, end of story. So very much appreciate that. What a good underdog. If you look at the screen, I have Jamie Malarkey. Jamie Malarkey is a big underdog. Not big, but he's an underdog that I'm very confident in. So I like Jamie Malarkey quite a bit. This one I already answered. But Jamie Malarkey is my sort of underdog pick for sure. Last week's card was super easy. Every fight was a very easy card to pick. Very easy card. This is the opposite of that. It's a very hard card. And most of the fighters, as I was doing the breakdown, reading off their records, most of this card, the fighters are coming off of losses. And honestly, it's very hard to know what a fighter's going to look like after a loss. They may come out, be gun shy because they got knocked out. They may come out and be so incredibly improved. They look nothing like what they did before. It's very hard. Jesse, again, thank you very much. Appreciate everything. It's a wild card because, see, there you go. Every single fighter, for the most part, is coming off a loss. So it's an interesting card for that regard. So thank you guys very much. It is 3:00. DraftKings lineups are locked. The fights are about to start. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it as always. And I'll hop on tomorrow for the recap. Good luck, everyone.